into this. All right, cool. We are recording. Welcome to the 25th ever Knowledge Drop. It's a pretty big number. And we have a brand new slide deck even for you guys with our new remote year branding. So this is going to be the most beautiful Knowledge Drop of all time. Shannon being the first to use these new slides. And if you guys haven't joined us before, basically the real quick housekeeping part is just feel free to use the question and answer box at the bottom of your Zoom room if you have questions that pop up during Shannon's presentation. And then also feel free to use the chat box, which you guys have already been doing, just to comment on whatever is happening during the webinar. And then also, as I mentioned, this is getting recorded, so this will be in the Knowledge Drop archive when it's all said and done. And yeah, thank you guys for joining us. Sorry for the Wi-Fi technical difficulties. I was 100% sure they'd be on my side here in windy Nicaragua, but then they ended up, because we were just on a call, Shannon and I, like half an hour ago, and hers was holding up and mine was dropping every like 3 minutes. But then the tides have turned. But yeah, without further ado, Shannon, thanks for being here. Sorry for the Wi-Fi struggles, and thank you guys who have joined us. Let's get into it.
Hi guys, I'm Shannon. I am part of the CC group. We just landed in Valencia about like 3 days ago. And so today I am going to share with you how to find clients using LinkedIn. I actually use this as, it's my sole business. I actually help other businesses work on LinkedIn. We manage their profiles, we get them in front of their ideal prospects, and then we encourage those prospects to book some time on their calendars. And so I'm going to share my slides with you now. Okay, so again, this is how do you get clients using LinkedIn. I'm not sure how active anybody is. I think that personally, LinkedIn has been a very underutilized resource that we've all had in our arsenal. I think a lot of people probably feel like, oh, I'm not going to take it seriously. But LinkedIn, for me, has been tremendous in helping me grow my business. So the things that we're going to go over today. The first thing you do anytime you're going in and you want to start looking for clients, you need to optimize your optimize your LinkedIn profile. And I'm going to share with you the checklist that I use. I'll share that in just a moment. The other things that we're going to go over is I'm actually going to share the tool that I use that will allow you to get in front of 500 people a day using LinkedIn. And then I'll give a little more detail on that strategy by the time we end this call. Just a little bit of background on me. I started off as a virtual assistant in 2005, started a marketing agency, and then through the marketing agency, I hired a coach who told me to use LinkedIn to start finding clients. And it was at that point when I started using it for myself that I realized I could actually turn it into a business full-time, not even focus on any other marketing and just manage other people's profiles. And by doing that, I average 6 to 11 sales calls a week. My close rate's not nearly as high, but that's okay. I get to pick and choose who I want to work with, as should most everybody else. So first thing to remember, your LinkedIn profile, if you're freelance, you're an entrepreneur, if you're not looking for a job, your LinkedIn profile is not a resume, it's a sales letter. It's another way to get in front of your ideal prospect. And so this is the first part of the checklist that I'll send you. This is my profile, sort of the beginning of it. And then the second part of the PDF will just take you through a checklist of what you need to do to optimize your profile and make it stand out compared to everybody else's. One thing to remember is when you're going through and you're visiting profiles of other people, like your ideal prospect, they need to know who you are and what you do within 2 to 3 seconds, maybe less. So that's something to keep in mind when you're doing the optimization. I also want to give a shout out real quick to one of our other CSUs, Canacia James. She actually put this checklist, the profile optimization checklist for me together, put it together for me. So here's another example. So this is my profile. Some things that you need to keep, that you need to pay attention to. don't leave this, whatever it is, that LinkedIn blue weird kind of pattern. This is real estate. You need to optimize this real estate. The other thing is you need to ask them a question. So when you figure out who your ideal prospects are, you need to ask them a question, something that interrupts their pattern. If they get interrupted, they see a lot of things all day long. They need something that's going to stand out, that will actually make them stop and think like, oh, ooh, someone who's going to fill my calendar with ideal prospects. Okay, maybe I should read through this and learn more. So think about your header. The other area that you want to think about is most people just put their first name and then their last name. You should actually have your first name, last name, and then your title. My profile now on LinkedIn is actually a little bit different than this, but people do a search, and when they do a search for who you are, you know, they're doing a search for somebody that they're looking for, this actually comes up within the search on LinkedIn, and it also stands out within that search. Another area, another opportunity to have some sort of a call to action or a question is going to be this area, this area here, and then of course your email, and then of course your summary. And again, I'm going to share this profile with you. There's also going to be an opportunity to reach out to me if you need any help optimizing your profile. So the resources that we use to get in front of your ideal prospect. So the tool that we use is a Chrome browser called DuckSoup. And the other resource that we use is going to be LinkedIn Sales Navigator. Now, it's going to cost you some money. So DuckSoup is $15 a month, and Sales Navigator, is $80 a month. Yes, you can use the premium version, but the one thing about Sales Navigator that premium does not offer is their ability to get in front of your ideal prospect and really narrow down the search. Also, it allows you to get in front of the decision makers and not just the people that work for the particular industry that you're in. So DuckSoup and then Sales Navigator, very, very important to the process. DuckSoup is going to give you the ability to visit 500 profiles a day, and Sales Navigator is going to give you the ability to really refine your search and get in front of your niche. So the one thing about Sales Navigator, or just LinkedIn in general, there are 147 different industries that you can target on LinkedIn. So if you are wondering, well, who do I target? I target business owners. Okay, I hate to tell you, but you're not targeted enough. You need a vertical, whether it's contractors, plastic surgeons, dentists. You need to really refine your search, all right? Then you want to get in front of your decision makers, so your CEO, your founder, president. You want to think about your location. Is it the UK? Is it the United States? Is it Spain? That's just happens to be where I'm at. And then company size. You know, do you want to work with a company that's got 10,000 people working for it, or a much smaller, maybe a startup? The other part of the strategy is you're going to set DuckSoup up, and then there are plenty of videos on DuckSoup on how to do this part of it, but you want to set it up so that you're visiting 500 profiles a day. Now, if you decide to go with premium and not Sales Navigator, you're not going to get in front of 500 a day. You will get in front of, I believe, like around 400. If you stick with just standard LinkedIn and not the paid version, I think you only get to visit about 200 profiles a day. Me personally, when I did the upgrade, and the number of people that viewed my profile when I visited their profiles was huge. Within about 2 weeks of doing this strategy, I was booking anywhere from 5 to 6 calls a week. One of the things you want to do is so you really want to make it their idea. So you go and view someone's profile. They get a notification from LinkedIn, so-and-so's viewed your profile. So then they're going to go and take a look. If they like what they see on your profile, which is why the optimization is important, they're going to initiate a connection invitation. So at that point, you're going to go in, take a look at your network, see who's invited you to connect. If they are part of your ideal prospect, accept that invitation. This is your opportunity to send them a thank you for connecting email. with a very soft call to action. And again, at the end of this, if you guys reach out to me, I'm happy to share the email templates that I use. And I'll also help you write content as well. So totally happy to do that. But that's your opportunity to start the engagement when somebody sends you an invitation that they want to connect with you. So keys to your success: optimize your LinkedIn profile, very, very important. If you don't do anything else, if you don't do duck soup, if you don't upgrade to Sales Navigator, optimize your LinkedIn profile, period. The other things, be patient, all right? This does not happen overnight. Be persistent. Pick a time, pick the same time every single day and go in and do it. On Mondays are a much heavier day when it comes to being in LinkedIn. The rest of the week it tapers off. But be persistent. I pick like 4 o'clock or 4 p.m. Eastern time. I go in and I spend anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour. That's it. And be consistent, because this strategy will get out of hand very, very quickly. You will be answering and accepting a lot of messages, a lot of invitations. Again, so set a time on your calendar, preferably the same time every day. Send your thank you emails and follow-up messages. The other thing I recommend you do, keep track of your numbers. Keep track of who's viewing, keep track of how many people are viewing your profile every day. Keep track of the number of messages that are being sent, and keep track of who sent you an invitation. It's fun to go back and see. Also keep track of the number of connections you currently have and how many connections you have at the end of the week. It's actually kind of cool to see how that grows. I started doing this for my own business in April. I had just a little under 500 connections. I now have over 5,000 connections. So it grows very, very quickly. And then the other key would be once a month, and Duck Soup will allow you to do this. You can go through and you can endorse everybody that you are currently connected with. Because again, when they send that standard thank you for endorsing me, this is another opportunity for you to send them an email, get in front of them, and do another soft call to action. Get them to book a call with you. So things that will get you derailed: spending more than a half hour a day on LinkedIn. Like I said, just pick one time. You're going to see a ton of messages come into your email. LinkedIn this, LinkedIn that. Put it in a folder, set a rule, whatever you want to do. Ignore those, because you've got to discipline yourself to just go in the once a day and answer the emails. The other thing, don't spam anybody. Don't start any engagement selling yourself. Nobody cares about you. All they care about is, they've got an itch and they need it scratched. So if you come off talking about yourself, immediately they're going to disconnect, and to them they're going to call it spam. The other thing, don't engage in trolls. There's just no need. Every once in a while there is somebody who's just kind of, sorry for lack of a better word, an asshole. I don't engage them. I will remove them as a connection, and then I block them so that I don't get in front of them or invite them to connect again. Simple as that. Just don't engage. The other thing, don't overthink it. And when you're writing your messages, don't sound like a robot. Okay, so your homework: optimize your profile. Install the Chrome extension Duck Soup. There is a free trial. Upgrade your LinkedIn account to Sales Navigator. Again, there is a free 1-month trial if you haven't used it. And 4th, start visiting profiles. And then this is how you can find me.
Woo!
Did we do it?
We did it. And we're like in time still. I think, yeah. You crushed it. I'm so glad you sorted out the Wi-Fi and that we were still able to pull this off. And thank you guys for being here. Why don't you exit out of your screen share, Shannon, and we'll see if we get a question or two before we get people out of here still on time. But yeah, we got some thank yous coming in the chat box, and hopefully you guys got something out of that. It's really interesting. It's not really the world that I live in, but I can see how useful it could be if you're trying to get new clients and new people drawn to the work that you do. It sounds like you've had a ton of success with it. What was the average, like 6 to 11 new calls a week or something like that?
Yeah. So with just visiting profiles alone, so with what I do, so I'm doing something a little bit different with regard to how I manage my clients' accounts. We're actually going in and we're doing connection invitations. And then we create a whole campaign where it's from the moment they accept, they get a thank you, and then there's a series of follow-up messages based on their engagement. The strategy that I just shared with you guys is what I was taught when I first got started with this, and I saw a lot of really great success with it. And you will average, once you get your momentum going and you're consistent with it, you're going to average anywhere from 5 to 6. And the optimization of your profile is going to be key. I've sat down with a few people from Sisu and helped them with their profiles, so I'm completely happy to sit down with anybody that's part of the nation and go through your profile. We all have this tendency to talk about ourselves in our profile. Don't do that. Don't do that. They don't care about you. Again, they just want to know, can you fix the problem that I have? And so that's part of what I do is we go through that, and I'm happy to do that with you guys.
Awesome. It's a super generous offer. And for just in terms of getting that the 8 steps to optimization PDF, would you be able to like post that into the Knowledge Drop Slack channel, or how would you?
Yes.
Okay. So maybe even after this is done, because I'm guessing that's a question some people watching this would be having, is like, how do I get my hands on those 8 steps in case I forgot a couple or whatever. So
absolutely that, and I can also share the slides if they, just because it has my other information as well. So I'll share both of those.
Great, yeah. Maybe just put that into the Knowledge Drop channel, which I'm guessing everybody that joined this call is already in. So that's perfect. And thanks again, you guys, for joining us. Thanks again, Shannon. Feel free to reach out to Shannon on Slack. Obviously, she's more than generous with her time and her wisdom here. And yeah, this has been a really good one. And we'll be back 2 weeks from now with the next Knowledge Drop. Thanks again, everybody, and have a lovely Wednesday wherever you are.
Thank you.
Thanks, Shannon. Bye, guys.